There's emergency item 20 to the bill 232, appointments Monroe Community College Board of Trustees.
Move it, Mr. President. Moved by legislator Yocum, second by legislator Patterson. Discussion on the motion. Mr. Brown.
Yes, Mr. President, and to you as the maker of the referral, if I could have permission to ask you a few questions. First of all, as we all know, the MCC presidential search has engendered significant public outcry, not only from the community at large, but also from the faculty, from students at MCC, as well as employees at MCC. And we have before us this evening a referral that's asking us to fill a vacancy that occurred by the past trustees' own words as a result of the controversy surrounding the presidential search. It would behoove us as legislators to be very cautious on our consideration of tonight's appointment and to take special note of the public's interest and dissatisfaction with what has been happening at MCC and in particular with the Board of Trustees. Even without that background, we should always take with high regard the importance of our responsibility to make appointments. And I would note for the record that the appointment that we will make this evening is subject to the Charter C7-3, which indicates that the manner of appointment shall be set forth in Section 6306 of the Education Law. And when one looks at the Education Law, it indicates that initial appointments are made by the local legislative body. Vacancies, reading further from Education Law 6306, shall be filled for unexpired terms in the same manner as original selections by the authority responsible for the original selection. It is the purview, the responsibility, and the charge of the entire legislature to make this appointment. Interestingly enough, earlier we had an amendment and we had concerns from the other side raised that we didn't have sufficient time to consider that amendment. I would suggest that we do not have sufficient time to take a vote on the appointment in this referral this evening. I do not know Mr. Bartoletto, the nominee. I did try to conduct due diligence, and I contacted him. And we had a brief conversation via telephone a half hour before this legislative meeting. Seems to be a person that perhaps has the skill set necessary for the Board of Trustees, has the knowledge sufficient to conduct himself as a Board of Trustees, and certainly has a level of experience having been a past president of the Monroe Community College Foundation, and as I understand from President Tom Flynn in a conversation I had with him after receiving the referral, is actually one of the charter founders of the foundation. Those are all encouraging attributes to this particular candidate. Nonetheless, receiving a one-page resume the day before an appointment, especially in the context of the controversy surrounding the MCC presidential search, knowing that a new search will be beginning shortly, it is important for us to have due deliberation, due diligence, and due consideration in our appointment of any nominee. with that foundation laid, Mr. President, and to you as maker of the referral, might I ask and inquire, have you received any other inquiries, letters of interest, or sought the potential nomination of any other candidates besides Mr. Bartoletto, who's before this legislative body this evening?
I haven't received those.
You have received other ones. Have you shared those letters of interest with any other legislators?
No.
And have you shared the letter of interest from Mr. Bartoletto with any other legislators?
No.
Have you had telephone conversations or meetings with any other legislators in connection with the nominee or any other potential nominees in connection with this appointment this evening?
No.
So you alone made the decision to submit this referral.
Correct.
And the appointment, however, clearly under the education law, is to be made by the legislative body, not the president of the legislative body, not the majority leader, not the minority leader, not the county executive, the entire legislative body. I submit that, with all due respect to your selection process, which may turn out to be the most appropriate, I don't know that tonight, but I submit that the most appropriate action for this legislative body to take this evening is to afford an opportunity for the body itself, the opportunity to fully vet this candidate, possibly other candidates, but certainly this candidate. And I would think that the most appropriate way to do that would be for the referral to be committed to the Recreation and Education Committee so that a complete interview could be had with the candidate. And might I also inform my colleagues that a half hour ago, in a telephone conversation with the candidate, he indicated to me that he would be willing to be fully interviewed by the Recreation and Education Committee, and he would welcome that opportunity, and he would make himself available at the next committee meeting so that we could all ask him questions and we could all assure ourselves that his skill set, his level of knowledge, his experience base, and his philosophy as the next trustee would match the requirements that we need to have for any Board of Trustee member, and in particular, because of the most recent controversy. With that being said, I make a motion to commit to you, Mr. President, in accordance with Section 545-17C of our rules. I move that the question before us in referral 08-232 be committed to the next meeting of the Recreation and Education Committee to be held on July 22nd, 2008.
I second the motion to commit.
Any further discussion? If not, roll call vote.
Dr. Quattro?
No.
Mr. Bronson?
Yes.
Mr. Adair?
No.
Ms. Andrews?
Yes.
Mr. Barker?
No.
Mr. Beebe?
Yes.
Mr. Cassetti?
No.
Mr. Cole?
No.
Mr. Daniele?
No.
Mr. Dobson?
No.
Mr. Driscoll?
No.
Mr. Eckel?
Yes.
Mr. Gamble?
Yes.
Mr. Gubina?
Yes.
Mr. Haney?
Yes.
Mr. Hannah?
No.
Ms. Kelly?
Yes.
Mr. LaFawn?
No.
Mr. Lee?
Yes.
Mr. Lightfoot?
Yes, sir.
Mr. McCann?
No.
Mr. O'Brien?
Yes.
Mr. Cucciarello?
No.
Mrs. Valerio?
No.
Mr. Yolovich?
No.
And President Zaire.
No.
2015 failed.